I don't see any berries that we missed. Now we can't really run, because that upsets people too.
I got your medals. Thank you. You don't know what these mean to me. To know that some of us fought. To know that I fought. You're probably too young to remember. We stood tall in those days. In 42, we threw them back into the sea. Then they came back in 43. It weren't the same.
I hate to be a bother, but the card to get across the bridge?
Right. Oh, of course, yeah, sorry. Forgive an old man his memories. Well, good luck.
I've got this key card, and I can power up the gate with the power cell. I guess I'm ready to cross the bridge.
Not quite yet. I actually want to go raid that one occupied house. So I need to do that.
Now I lay me down to sleep.
Hello everyone, Athena Artis back here with you with my playthrough of We Happy Few. And I've got a few things I wanted to talk about here outside of the game itself. Well, it is involving the game. Well, first of all, there's been a very big update for the game, which I'm not going to go through here. You could find, I'll put up a link in the description for where this can be found as to description of everything, because believe me, they have patched, well, they've fixed an awful lot of the early bugs that I found, but not all of them. For example, I've noticed at times when I go to load the game, this is, I guess you could call it the pre-launcher here that we're at right now. Sometimes I'll be hearing the music play, but the screen will be completely blank, and in fact, there will not be any icons down in the taskbar area showing that the game has even been loaded. I'm not sure what's up with that, but of course when that happens, it makes it kind of fun to get the game to shut down. You know, you have to go through the task manager and all that and everything, so that you could find where the game is to shut it down, so that then you can reload it. The other thing I discovered was, well, after I gotten the update installed and everything, I was going to try to continue with my existing save game, and I'm not sure again if it was having to do with that particular glitch that I just mentioned and was talking about, but I was having some trouble with the save game file. I'm not sure if it was because my other save game, actually, let me show you here. My other save game here, whoops. Now, hold on a second. It took me out of the game completely. Anyway. When I go to select a game, the game that I was using for this video series was here in slot 1. And I'll take you over to where my save game is, which is over here in slot 2. And as you can see, it puts you in a couple of different slots where you could do manual saves. Well, what I decided, because I was having so much trouble with it, I thought what I should do is go in here and save that, because I had tried to save it at one point or another, and I thought, well, maybe what I should do is delete that particular manual save. But when I did that, hitting the delete key, as you could see, which seems to be the only option of what you can do, I deleted the whole game. So I'm putting that bit of caution out there, is that do not try to delete a game that's in one of those manual save game slots. because you're going to delete the whole bloody game that you have thus far. So I'm not sure how to, I guess you just save over them if you want to. But anyway, enough of that. I'm going to have to start over again, but I'm not going to play that through. I'm going to get to a certain point where I had played through, where I know that I'll come back from there and we could just play on with it. But the thing is, the other thing I've noticed is that you can't seem to set too many of the options in here. Insofar as one of the things I would actually like to do is to turn off the prologue, and I still cannot do that. So they have not put that in. They have put in something now different, a little different for the permadeath. So, but anyway, we are just going to select these settings, and we're going to start here.
So, this is what shit feels like.
Well, hello everyone. We're continuing our playthrough here with We Happy Few, and apparently, well, I replayed my game up to this point where I'm ready to go rob the one occupied house here in Barrowholme, and I had to save my game and everything so that I could plug my game in. Oh. And he's now deceased. Well, that's interesting, and he's standing up outside of that locked. Okay, well, that's interesting. But I was having an awful lot of trouble with the game for, well, it was actually a couple days there. But then last night when I loaded the game up, because I had done some updates, there was a graphic driver update, a few other things, and I know I had reset the computer after doing that, but apparently something must not have quite gotten through or done or something, because well, when I started the game up here after having that trouble last night, everything was working again. I was able to start a new game just like I should and everything else. So just a reminder to me and to others, you know, sometimes if you start having strange issues, you might have to reset the computer a few times to get it to fully reset. So now with it being this late at night, I could come up in here.
After dark, love. Best to stay out of sight.
It's stupid being out after dark.
And of course they're gonna yell at me because I'm out after dark.
Who's there?
But for some reason they don't seem
Don't worry, we'll find you and we'll fix you up.
I got the suspicion face, but I don't have anybody.
Ain't it past your bedtime?
Oh, now she sees me. So I better get out of view. See, now it's going down again. There. So I guess standing there, she could see me.
This is a waste of both. I don't recall inviting you. It's him!
See, now this is the Mr. Kite's instructions for Prue, which, as you could see, he talks about the wastrel population, and he notes that he had created a cozy attic warren for his favorite rabbit, but she has to jump around to
Getting
get
Away
into
from It All 1964 edition by Mr. William Kite. Some sort of travel guide. No one travels. Which means this is something else. That
Stay
seems to be a
here.
guide to surviving the Garden District. How you...
If I stay here, then they won't notice me, but I do want to change back
for?
to my
But who is Mr. Kite?
broilie.
Ain't it past your bedtime?
See, now it looks like they've all forgotten about me, which is fine. I only had to knock out the one gal
Ain't it past your
who spotted me. Let's come back up here.
Mind the bobbies, it's after dark.
Looks like he's pacing around. Somebody's pacing around in there.
It's after dark. Better get indoors. Stupid being out after dark.
After dark, love. Best to stay out of sight.
Stupid being out after dark.
Now why can't I?
I'm not cooking for you!
After dark, love. Best to stay out of sight.
No one saw me hide. I bet I could stay here forever. At least until I starved to death.
I don't see anybody's red feet or anything around.
It's stupid being out after dark. Better get indoors.
Come on.
Stupid being out after dark. Better get indoors. Find the hooligans. It's after dark.
She just has a rock.
Ain't it past your bedtime?
The bobbies, it's after dark. Better get indoors.
Oh, I guess there's nothing in there. Alright.
It's stupid being out after dark.
Go home. Go to bed.
Better get indoors.
Now, because I probably knocked that one lady out right at first,
Go home.
they're all sort of on alert a bit. Let me see now if I can.
Hey, you don't live here.
It's not personal.
It's stupid being out after dark.
Well, unfortunately, no, I had to
Stay out of sight.
knock them all out. Some scotch.
Ain't it past your bedtime?
I think someone's throwing rocks at me when I stood up there. Oh, come on.
Past your bedtime?
There we go. Now you come up here and you crouch so you can get onto this little beam. And over you come, and now you're in this little area.
Better get indoors.
Get our Jimmy bar.
Find the hooligans.
Oh, and another pocket extension kit. Well, we had found one earlier. I did, rather. So now we're up to 104 pounds. Oh, and we also, let's go through while we're in here. Oh, I guess I better eat something. The books we've found so far. We found one on Hagglers, Undertakers, Nimble Hands, Breaker, and don't ask me to pronounce that, I'll probably mess it up. It's for increasing areas of distraction. So let's eat something, seeing as we're hungry. I'm going to go ahead and... Well... I'm trying to get it to trigger the...
I hope I'm not actually coming down with something.
There we
That'd be
do.
rich.
Now I can take my Sickup tea.
Oh,
And complete that quest, too. And we're going to pick up some healing bombs from over here. Loose screw. Sorry. Tom's tied up around my... There's another Jimmy bar. I think that's about everything hidden in here. Oh, there was some things over here. Unless I missed. Okay, let's sleep again till morning.
Your move, Sandman.
There we go. Now, at least they won't be upset with me because I'm out after dark. And you'll notice that everybody is still unconscious. They stay unconscious for quite a while, but they will eventually wake up and walk off. Well, I guess except for the guy we locked into the trunk, so he couldn't come after us anymore, and... Well... I guess he died in that trunk. Oh, there's a teacup. I think we've got everything out of here now. And we're no longer suspicious of us. So let's jump real quick back to our safe
I can
house.
never remember what the tracks look like after.
Empty out our backpack, 'cause even with those two inventories, little ones, the pocket expansions, we are just carting around. Can only cart around so many things. I might as well take any and all opportunities to... I wouldn't mind having more bandages. Let's see. Well, I definitely don't need that many of those. Just cart around two. And again, I don't have anything to coat the tips of the darts with. Not yet, so I don't see any sense in carting those about. And right now I don't have any optional. Let's just put all this stuff in there. Now, did we keep that one empty? Yes, we did. Now I can put these away. I don't need to cart all those around with me. Let's go fill our canteen up before we leave. So now we have 3 filled canteens. Get a nice drink of water. And now, I just find that so interesting. He's now standing up. Now the ones we dumped over here, yeah, they're still laying there. They were already dead. Anyway, okay. So let's run over here and get our first gate opened up, cross our first bridge. Do I have any points? Oh, I didn't get any points for using a Sickup tea. Well, okay. Power cell. Swipe the key. That one we did. Okay. let's buy a couple more bandages. I think that's
Bloody
gonna be
hell,
it for
I've
now.
forgotten about the revolvers. If I go through without taking my joy, I'm gonna get spanked. I better run like hell when it lets me out.
Oh dear.
Well, now that's convenient. I wouldn't mind buying some antiseptic, but because I can't really make the antiseptic bandages at this
One
point,
bridge down, and I'm off to the train station.
I don't see the sense of buying it just now. So maybe that was a brick or something.
This is where we hang them, isn't it? They broke into the police station, tried to burn the register so the Germans wouldn't know which kids to take. We didn't want the Germans to be angry, did we? We were so scared, or maybe just so tired, so we hanged them to encourage the others. I wonder if we'd made the Germans take the kids by force instead of bringing them down to the station singing London Bridge, if things would be different now. I hope that's the worst thing I remember. Says the chap heading to the train station. Oh, what lovely memories are waiting for me there. At least I can get on the train tracks there and get the hell out of town. Now I just need to find the train station.
I don't know if you noticed it, but our little joy indicator had flashed the red border on it just before we hit that memory. See, right now our memory loss is still, well, it says it's 0. That's from consumption of joy, but it isn't indicating to us, except maybe over here under status, how many times healing, number of times we've used food poisoning, or contracted food poisoning. Well, whatever. So it looks like we need to eat something. Let's come over here and, well, actually, let's eat this war ration. That's a whole pound.
I want to be able to see it from a distance.
So our first objective is to, we have two actually, to find the hatch here on this island and also to visit the train station. Now, I may not want to do the train station. You could choose to do that right away or not, because there's actually a fair number of side quests you could pick up around in this area. But I do want to, because if I go there pretty soon, I will... Right now, I don't have very many skills at all. And if I go to the train station, I'll be sure to get at least enough to pick up one or something. And let me just grab some berries here. And here's one that's a good one right here.
Did we say cook us a plate of shite-tasting grub? No. We told you fucking meat and potatoes tasting food, you stupid bitch.
My God, they've kidnapped some poor woman. I could be a real hero and rescue her. Or get myself killed.
Yeah, now that's the hot... I don't know how you pronounce that again. I'm terrible at pronouncing. Hot cuisine? Well, it actually turns into a very important source of food that you can have here. Because there's not a...
I remember when they came back from London. Mum wouldn't stop crying for a week. But all Percy could talk about was a train.
I think what I will do first, though, is... There's my track. Let's hit this dig spot along the way. And I can't run now because people are all around and I don't... So that's what I love to get my points into pretty quickly, is to minimize suspicion.
Mum, Dad,
So
I've come home.
I can run
Well, don't be worried.
without people becoming
I think this is the
upset with
fountain
me.
Sally and I put the fish in. We were witty in those days.
Oh. Small chance of finding extra items.
Would you forget that?
Always not to question mine.
And another rusty shovel and canteen. Let's see. I don't need to carry around 2 shovels, that's for sure. Well, they're both in the same shovel state, it looks like. I'll drop just one. There we go. Now, I don't see... There was that one crate there on the other side, but I don't see anything else in here. So let's find our hatch then, which would be our safe
At
house.
least I don't have to wear
here.
that idiotic mask.
Let's... It was over this way, wasn't it? I swore it was over. Getting myself all turned around again and lose my sense of direction. Yeah, over here is our hatch. Now, keep in mind, we're not always going to get indicators like that of where things are at. And... looks like I thought I saw, yes, there's one. Uncle Henry.
When is Uncle Henry coming back?
I don't know.
But we surrendered.
We did. Look, Dad won't talk about it. Maybe they drafted him.
Can they do that?
Who's gonna stop them?
I can't hear you.
The Germans can do whatever they want until someone stops them. The Russians, for example.
So why... So when is he... So when is he coming back?
Oh, I don't know, Percy. I don't know. The Germans, they don't explain things. They just give orders.
Why?
Well, because I don't know why. I'm sort of worried that he might have volunteered.
I don't understand.
It's probably for the best.
I do want to say that I really appreciate how they've done the characterization of Percy in this game. Looks like there's a power something in here. I happen to be a parent. My oldest daughter has very significant developmental disorder. Includes autism, a few other things. And even though her developmental level stopped pretty much at about the age of 2 to 3, as we're constantly having to explain to people, she's not stupid. She's actually quite bright. And figuring things out that she can observe. And you'd be amazed at what she can Well, that is when she's motivated to do something. That's the other criteria. If she wasn't motivated in doing something, well, then you weren't going to be able to get her to do it no matter what you did. But like I said, I just wanted to extend my appreciation to the developers of the game, because Percy is, I think they've done a wonderful job of portraying, yes, he is a special needs person, but
Odd.
he's...
Why are there cables coming out of that painting? Why does that bookshelf look like it doesn't quite fit? I wonder if it's some sort of secret door.
And I find this music very mournful, so I'm turning that off. But yes, this is
I wonder if it's powered by that switch in the other room.
Anyway. Now, this is the Mastermind game, for those of you that may have remembered that, playing that. Had a lot of fun with that when I was a kid. And with my own kids as they got older. We don't have anything that's the right spot right now, so let's just go through and change them all. And now we've got 3 that are correct. And there we go. Rather simple puzzle, really. So, and I don't know. Oh, we gotta come in here, turn the power on in here now. And we've got a blueprint for a pointy stick. Caltrops, I think that's how you say that. I'm not sure. I'm terrible at pronouncing things. Oh, and there's another rusty shovel. And a dart, even though we can't do anything. They're not really that useful at this point.
Now I can come back here from any other hatch without anyone trying to kill me.
Now, are any of these crates lootable? I guess not. There's another vending machine we can use. And a sewing kit. Oh, another one. So let's dump out what we've got in here. Oh my goodness, we've got a lead pipe. Oh, wait a minute. That's our stash. I want to put away. We're gonna put away one of these shovels, that, and that. All these crafting components, yes. And let's see what else have we got that we could stick. Well, we've got a few more rolling berries. Looks like another canteen. Put that away, and of course those. Looks like that's pretty much everything we can right now. I'm going to take a break here at this point, and we'll pick things up in our next episode. So thanks everyone for watching. Bye for now.